Hello. Oh, welcome to the energies. I guess the cards are ready. I just already had one just flip out, and this one wants to come out. And we will see if we will get one more very quickly here. That's too many. Oh, okay. We're going to tell a little story here, I guess. They want to speak. So I will show them to you in the order that I got them. Emotional loss. There is so much energy going on right now, and um, we're having the elections in the United States and other things that are going on throughout the world, and there are people that are not going to be. No matter what, there's going to be people that aren't happy. Okay, and and you can see this energy. This little conch shell looking thing actually represents Venus. This emotional loss is um, something I think that Venus can help us heal with. But I do think that there's disappointment out there. And then you have this beautiful rainbow of sacrifice. So she's standing tall. She is staying higher connected. And look at the clouds being flowers. So she's taking that. And I feel like she's alchemizing that energy. And what was interesting is the energy that came out after, and they all came out together, and I had been shuffling. And this is what I got. Moving on. Even if you are disappointed, even if you don't know what's going on in the world right now, we have to keep moving forward, moving on. There's always something that we're not going to be able to change in the world, but we can change it in our own personal space. So I think moving on from things that have disappointed you in the past. Yes, he is holding. Yeah, he's holding a pentacle, right? So 6 of Pentacles would be equal exchange of energy. So what happens when something goes wrong? Well, first you grieve, and then you realize that there's some things you can't change. And then what? You deal with things with as much grace as you can. And then you find a way to move on into a different exchange of energy. This is suffering in silence. This is 9 of Wands energy. And it's always striking to me that in this particular deck, this card is a woman, because most of the time it's portrayed as a warrior that's at the end of the rope, right? Things are a long way away. So I think that is changing. Why is that? Because the truth is coming out. Suffering in silence no more. The truth is going to come out. And astrologically, it is showing the truth is going to come out. So be prepared to deal with a lot of different emotions. We have a grand water trine. Fortunately, I think that will help us deal with our emotions, but there's a lot of things in the water signs right now. We have truth coming out. And I believe that we have Mercury Descenter Sagittarius, which is very much about truth and justice. And then number 7, the crown chakra. That higher connection. Realize when the truth comes out that you should stick with having a higher connection and not getting involved in. I did a reading that I had come out in the reading. Don't get involved in someone else's tantrum. That is not worthy of you, right? And I will say something else that comes from The Princess Bride, which I'm a huge fan of. We are men of action. Lies do not become us. So if you're a person that's in their integrity, the truth coming out shouldn't scare you. You can deal with the truth. You're an adult. And people that are having tantrums, they don't like what they're hearing. So what are the cards saying about this? What does the tarot say about this? And I haven't, it's been a few days since it's been like a week since I used my favorite tarot deck. So let's go ahead. I'm really getting, it's funny, this energy that is coming through. It's kind of like, will all the adults in the room please stand up and go, okay, moving on from the tantrum. Okay, here we go. Bottom of the deck. What is the energy? Oh my goodness. No kidding. Stories, news stories, untruths, misinformation. Everywhere you look. Everywhere you look. So what else? Look at things from a different perspective. Absolutely. Don't let your mind be clouded. The Hangman is about taking a pause, right? And looking for that inspiration. She is concentrating on finding what the magic wants to tell her. And she has found a way to look comfortable in an uncomfortable position. I always marvel at this particular card because it's so effortless the way she's handling this. And her focus isn't on the position that she's in, it's looking forward, looking for an inspiration. This card represents Odin and him giving up his eye in order to be able to be a seer and see the future. So I really think this is a great card for us saying, look at things from a different perspective. Don't believe everything you hear. I know that stories in the next week or so are going to be, things are going to flip flop back and forth. Stay out of that energy. Stay away from that energy. Do not get involved in someone else's tantrum. Mars and Pluto are in opposition right now. So it's a time to be very careful about what you're saying, because you don't know, the truth is coming out, but it's going to take it a while to come completely out. And in the meantime, there will be people spinning things back and forth as to how they want it to look. So be very, very cautious about what you're doing as far as information. Okay, top of the deck, Two of Pentacles. Make the decision not to get involved in, I will tell you that the astrology is going to play out how it plays out. I have no inclination who's going to be the winner, but I will tell you that the astrology is the astrology, and the whole world and the US are all facing things coming up in the next couple years. The whole collective is. So you have to decide, okay, I may be disappointed in some things, but I'm moving on. I'm working collectively with other people. I'm looking at things from a different point of view, because it's necessity is the mother of invention. We are going to have so many things that are being invented and new things that are coming through. Queen of Pentacles. This is important right now. Self-care. Self-care. Move your body. Move your body physically. Get some of the agitated Mars energy out of your body, because Mars is frustrated It's been slowed down. Being it's just going to begin going into retrograde in December, but it's really, really slow right now. It just entered Leo, which it doesn't mind that much being in Leo. It's a fellow fire sign, right? But there's going to be a lot of inflamed talk. So this is an earth sign, Queen of Pentacles. She's staying in that higher vibration. She's practicing self-care. Move your body and do grounding. Take care of yourself. Definitely take care of yourself. Okay, what do we have here? We are going to get a whole new world. It's not going to happen overnight. And with the world card, it's like the fool's journey. We begin, and then we complete the fool's journey, and then we step into something new. We do have something to complete, though. There's some things that are finishing up, and this is very much about Pluto leaving Capricorn for the last time for the next 250, close to 250 years, okay? And Pluto is making a mess before it leaves Capricorn, a mess that's going to take a while to get out of and clean up. And guess what happens when Pluto makes a mess? It shows you things. It shows you what you really didn't need and what was no longer necessary in your life anymore. And then you get something even better. So think about those things. What else do we have? Underneath, Two of Pentacles, Page of Wands. One of the ways to help deal with a lot of the energy going on out there is when you ground out the energy by doing physical activity and then staying in more of a meditative state. The easiest way to do that is bring yourself always back to the moment of now. What are you doing right in this moment? What are you feeling right in this moment? Whether it's that's the feeling of carry water, chop wood. Okay, I'm going to turn off the news, please, and I'm going to clean out a closet. I've been meaning to do it for a while. It's going to allow me to focus on the task at hand, and that's all I'm going to focus on is what I'm doing right in this moment, or whether it's doing the dishes, or whether it's folding clothes, vacuuming. Be in that moment and let everything else slip out of your mind because you're in the moment. And that will help calm you and settle you. Get plenty of rest and drink lots of water. So that's interesting. I like that. Aha. Interesting that underneath the Queen of Wands comes the King of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles comes the King of Wands. Leo energy. And where is Mars right now? In Leo. So I think we're going to be okay for a while here. But again, there's a lot of fiery energy out there. And as you see, it struck me that he's kind of standing there and waiting patiently. I think he's really waiting for things to sort themselves out. Is he afraid? No. He's not worried about the lion standing behind him. He's fine. Very fire sign, right? And it's interesting. It's a very strong energy, but usually the King of Wands also is more of a modern entrepreneur, and it's in the center of the reading. So I think doing things in a different way to do business, it's interesting. See, we get this Six of Pentacles energy again. This is underneath the world, right? Moving on underneath the world. Giving and receiving energy on an equal way. And people are like, oh, what happens if the stock markets crash? What happens if the, economy crashes? Well, we're all going to be in the same boat. And I don't know if that's going to happen. There are too many factors out there for me to say. I know that we're going to probably have a change in the kind of currency that the world uses, but I don't know how soon that's going to happen. So I would say you have to realize that people did manage without forms of money in the past, exchange. Um, and if you have an equal of exchange of energy with someone and both parties are happy, okay, I am, I have a sister who has an amazing green thumb, amazing. And I only know to water plants when they cough. So I would say um, my best thing to do for her is you tend the plants. And if you need my help doing anything, you know, with your garden, I will carry water for you. I will. I'll happily go out and water your plants. Happily. And I will water them aplenty. Um, I don't know if she trusts me to do that, but um, my thing is, you know, if they want you to do something different, like if I'm out in the garden, could you, you know, I'm getting behind on some of my other stuff. Um, get dinner started, get the kitchen cleaned up, you know, get some vacuuming done, because she's busy handling that. And and when I was living with him, that's kind of like she's a queen when it comes to her kitchen, a queen. So help people in the way that best benefits them and yourself. I, when I was living there, had like the best time because I had all these beautiful fresh raspberries and fresh things from the garden. And she would make the most amazing salsas and marinaras, and I always stayed out of the kitchen when she was doing her thing because she could manage everything on her own. I'm like, okay, I'll go take care of something else. But that's the exchange of energy. So, okay, what else do we have going on here? I do like this energy coming forward. King of Swords. I like that. King of Swords. This is using discernment. Discernment. So you had the Hangman on the underside of the deck, and then you have the King of Swords, which is Aquarius energy. King of Swords energy. Be careful about the news that you let into your personal space. Again, you can catch up with the news in about 15 minutes every day. You don't need to watch the same story. You don't need to work yourself up by watching 8 hours or even 2 hours of coverage on the news. If it's about hurricanes or something like that, what can you do to help? Because watching isn't really helping the people that are suffering. So decide. Decide. That is discernment. That is looking at things from a logical perspective. Oh, the Queen of Swords comes out, an independent woman. So there are divine counterparts here. There are divine counterparts here. And it's odd that I automatically put together the King of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. I thought of, oh, it was the Queen of Wands. No, it was Queen of Pentacles. I think that there are divine counterparts out there, and they will find each other, honestly. I think that when you are with the right tribe and you are with people that you feel comfortable with, um, and you're in that higher vibration, that's what you get from someone else out there. So very good energy. And this is the Two of Swords. We don't know what's coming. We don't know what's coming. But we do have to make decisions. Well, what if I make the wrong decision? I will tell you that it has been my experience with dealing with people's astrology and dealing with people's, reading cards for them, that what generally is meant for them, I don't mean generally, I mean what is meant for them, come back. And because they went on a little detour, they will have gained more knowledge to handle the thing that was offered to them in the first place. Ooh, you want to come out. Quit worrying. Get out of your head. what I would say is focus in the moment of now. This is the only moment that you can change, is the one that you're in right now. And then if you are setting it up properly, it sets up your future. What can I do? Stay connected to your higher self. This is knowledge. And I feel like she's waiting for the right time, right? Um, One of the things that I had sons involved with scouts and things, and I was a Girl Scout growing up and 4-H'er growing up. So you learn some life skills, basically. And you learn that, okay, so what if this happens? So what if you're out in the woods? What do you do if you get lost? What are the things? I mean, it's like there's like some preparatory information that you can get. Really valid, helpful information. One of the things that I will um, say with my sister, she doesn't use any sprays, any pesticides or anything. It's organic stuff when she's growing things because she wants her grandchildren to be able to go and pick raspberries and eat them or any of the other berries that she grows. And so what she'll do is she'll grow other plants around some of her berry patches in order to keep certain bugs and things away. Knowledge. Knowledge. One more. This is moving into calmer waters. We will move into calmer waters. Stay focused on the now. You will be fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the Cosmic Journey Oracle. That was a Light Seers Tarot that I just had. But I'm going to pull 3 from the Cosmic Journey Oracle. Just because I've been missing this card too. Ah, yes. Enter one step forward, one step onward, a day at a time. You don't need to see the full path in order to move forward. Most times we don't. Your lighthouse guides you home to the stars. Very galactic energy coming in, right? We are going to be getting some information. Oh, yes, we are. Your great wave awaits. This reminds me of someone was reciting a Hopi story, and it's about, when the great river comes, don't hang on to the sides as the water's rushing past. You will be torn apart. Go to the center and look around and see all the other people with you. This is your new tribe, right? Let's see where this takes us. I'm very happy with this card. Let me tell you, I am very excited about what's going on in certain ways. I mean, I know there's kind of like, oh, this is going to be a bit of a mess, but there are some amazing things coming up. So I feel compelled to read this, so you're going to get stuck. Your great wave awaits. A wave starts slowly. You can see its energy as it begins to slightly swell on the horizon. At first, there's nothing more than a small inflation of water, barely different than the surrounding water. But you can see it. The swell gains amplitude and height, and now you have a wave that you can successfully struggle against or ride with joyful bliss. The choice is yours. Your great wave awaits, ready for you to proclaim your next greatest purpose. No doubt you may be scared at how big this energy is, or fearful of the scope of actions necessary to accomplish it. Be like water. Flow through any thought holding you back from this full resolution. Your momentum has gathered to surf the cosmic wave of destiny. What is my greatest purpose that can positively impact the greatest number of people? I'll see you tomorrow.